пленуму одностайно схвалили сповненого любові Христа до кращого друга і вчителя радянських письменників великого Сталіна.
Ще й дожив, не дожив, полі жита не жав, досі не долюбив, і не жив, і не жаль. Ще й дожнив, не дожив, полі жита не жав, досі не долюбив, і не жив, і не жаль, що життя, то хіба твоя сутня межа, мене ріже раба, і нехай без ножа, але жити замало, боротись умій, щоб нащадок твій змалку, бува не знімів на вуста, та на вуха не зглух, хай помреш, та за нами тут останеться рух. Згинемо, хай ославлені, хай не біда, вікова чортобхайка наближує даль. По роках, по кістках, по обмерзлих гробах витрамбовує повінь для речища шлях. А дожнив, не дожив, полі жита не жав, замало любив, то їй Богу не жаль. Дожнив, не дожив, полі жита не жав, замало любив, то їй Богу не жаль. Ще дожнив, не дожив, полі жита не жав, досі не долюбив, і не жив, і не жаль. Ще дожив, не дожив, полі жита не жав, досі не долюбив, і не жив, і не жаль. Ще й дожнив, не дожив, полі жита не жав, досі не долюбив, і не жив, і не жаль. Ще й дожнив, не дожив, полі жита не жав, досі не долюбив, і не жив, і не жаль. Досі не долюбив, досі не долюбив, досі не долюбив, і не жив, і не жаль. Досі не долюбив, досі не долюбив, досі не долюбив, і не жив, і не жаль.
Ні очей, ні вух, ні рук, ні ніг, ні рота. Я вже не знаю. Не знаю, чи я вже помер, чи живу, чи живцем помираю.
Hello, everyone. Добрий день. Palindrome. And we have Vika joining us today. So we stay a little bit for a little talk. Hi, Vika.
Hi, it's a very beautiful track, music I like. I even don't know the name of this brand.
Of the band, yeah, Palindrome, it's called.
And okay, I come today to share my story, how I moved from Ukraine to the Europe. But there is There is no Thomas. One day before the war starts, I planned to go to Moscow because a lot of things I bought for my friends in Moscow, and I didn't see my friends about 5 years. I lived in Moscow 10 years before for Karol. I have educated in Moscow from my 18 to 27, like I lived and I worked. And then I come back to Ukraine on 2017. And 5 years I didn't like see them. And it's very hard friends for me. I was babysitter of their babies, like we are always in touch, and I decided to go. I know that it was very strange political situation that like it's in the border, I maybe cannot go, but I like take risk. I bought a lot of dolls like for children, for their children, a lot of different things, and go to prepare my bag. And in the evening, I have a bus, blah car. And we go to sleep on 24, and in the night I heard the fire, like the sound of firework, firework. And I always sleep very deep and hate to wake up if something I hear. And I just thought that maybe I have had a thought that like New Year is in the past, was the fireworks, was the party on our street. And I continue sleeping. And one my friend, he wrote me, Vika, the war starts. And I read and continue like close my eyes, continue sleep, and like just analyze and didn't move. And this is continuous sounds in the street. Then I wake up because my aunt came with the cat, and she said that the bridge was, she is afraid that the bridge can be destroyed. That's why she decided to took cat and to come to our flat, because if the bridge will be destroyed, she cannot move to our house. And my parents, we just walk in the flat, just the war starts, and we didn't understand nothing. In 2 hours, we go to supermarket to buy a lot of food, not a lot, something for first month. And it was a lot of people in supermarket. Not big panic, but people very quickly try to do something. We come back home. I didn't feel panic. Just I feel that something strange and this sounds, and maybe in 2 days, like it's finished. I cannot imagine that it can very long time continue. And my mother starts to prepare, think about what's happened if we cannot go to the shop, what we need for the first time. Then I come back to room and sleep again. I always sleep when I'm nervous, and I continue sleep. And it was the day of the happy birthday of my stepfather. He has happy birthday on 24. And they make we sit and we drank vodka, not for happy birthday, just to say him that we celebrate him with his birthday. And we hear the news from Putin that he decided to start this pets operation, and we sit near the table, and my stepfather said me, maybe it's only for 2-3 months, not more, and my aunt, her name is Lena, she said we should move from the flat because she's afraid something can happen with our house. My mother didn't want me to, because it only starts, we don't know to move. And I called Nastya from Lvov, it's our friend with Marlin, and she said, Vika, did you prepare your bag if something happened to go from the flat? And I said, Nastya, you're crazy. I don't want to prepare clothes. I stay at home. With me, everything will be good. And she said me, Vika, prepare your clothes, please. You must have this bag. to go away. And I didn't prepare, I just sleep. And in the night, I had the sound of bomb, and I wake up and go to balcony, to the window, and I look in the sky, very orange, like something burnt in the sky, orange big color. And I think, okay, it's not in like in my house, it's in the sky, so it's the distance. And I go to my mother, like wake up, my mother hears something screaming very strong in the house. And then my aunt say, there is very bad smell of something burned near us in the house. And really the smell was so strong. And she said, we should go away, we should go away. And we start to prepare to go away. We just go away upstairs because this lift didn't work. And we go up, not upstairs, downstairs from 11th floor. And then we up our head and look that our house is like, he fall, the windows broken and everything fall like little bit. And I live in the 7A house. It's 11 tall house, and the house was near me. They are together is 7. I live 7A, and this is house who was destroyed at all. It's 7.
Just
And
to
I,
make it- Vika, just to make it, Vika, yeah,
yes.
just to make it clear. So you had several buildings. You live in 7A, and a bomb exploded into 7
Yes.
next to your building.
Yes, but they are together. They don't have distance.
Yeah, so there is a bomb that fell into your building.
Yes, and my windows was like 100 meters because it's my windows and the connection of new building is 7. Who is, and no, like it was like you look on something and you don't have nothing to say. It's like nothing to say. We look on this and like it was only one thought in my head and my mother, everyone, that how it didn't happen with us. Like we are so close and it didn't happen with us. And it's like a gift. And we make circles and look at this house just in silence. And we didn't go to under building to the school because all people go with their cats, with their children under school. And we continue walking our street. No,
And
not walk.
school means in the shelter.
In the shelter, yes.
And the shelter is underneath a school next to your.
Okay. Yes, school in front of our house. It is 2 schools there is, and I saw only one woman in bloody in the ambulance, but I didn't see no one who was dead. Like it's good, it's lucky. And then we 2 hours was on the street in the night, and we noticed how they how work our Ukrainian spets people who to this burning, to take off this burning of the house and do everything. And they said that they didn't want people go inside, but I forgot we have 2 cats, the cat of my aunt and cat of me, and we didn't take our cats. And they say you should go away from the house for some time. Now you cannot go inside. And in 3 hours, we tried to ask just for cats for 10 minutes, please, to take cat, and we go to other place just for only cats. And in 3 hours, we go upstairs, and they give us 15 minutes to take everything necessary. I didn't prepare my baggage. I tried to find my cat. I didn't find my cat. My aunt, we find her cat. We took some food, some clothes in little bags and go away. On the car, we go to our friends near the Dnieper. they have built, and we stay in this build. And the first day, it was like, really, you don't understand what to do. You don't understand what you should do, how to move in the city, how to go for the cat, or don't go, because like if the neighbor building was burnt near you, everything can happen, like, because I cannot imagine that it can happen. And we sit in this house, and next year I cried because of cat, of course. I said, please help me only with cat. I don't need nothing. I should save my cat, because I really love this cat. And my aunt helped me with the car to go to the flat, and she helped to find him. He scared, and we took cat. And after this moment, I didn't cry. And we sit in this building. I sat in this building 1 month, and I can say only that psychica change in first 2-3 days. Psychica change at all. I cannot imagine that I'm dancer, that I have some desires to go to the stage. It's like you understand that you should make very important things. You should call to your father who is in Bucha, in Gostomel. You should call to your grandmother who is in the center and she's alone and she's 80. You should take care of your parents who are near and not make a lot of noise around you. Like you cook, you do something what you can do in this situation, and pray. We make the scotch on our windows, and my father was in Gostomel, and in the first week, the Gostomel start to destroy. The Russian soldiers occupied Bucha, Gostomel, and my father has 3 children. The older Varvara, 5-6-old Seraphim, and 17-18 Masha. And they go to this shelter under their house. They have a shelter, and they sit 2 weeks every day, every night, every day. And around them, there was a lot of, I don't know how to say, like the Russian soldiers were around them. I was not in Bucha, and they didn't have connection, they didn't have light and internet. And I called just, are you alive? And they just, yes, we are alive. And I don't know the laws of the war. I just thought that my father can go to the war. And I was like, my father, please don't go away from the building, because they can mobilize you to go to the war. It was the first scare.
Can I just ask you, when you were afraid that your father might be mobilized to go to the war, do you think by the Ukrainian army, or that he would go out and the Russians take him to go to war with them?
No. I think about to fight by Ukrainian.
Okay.
To help Ukrainian army. I think Russian just can kill, just not take them. No, I don't.
Yeah, in some regions in the east, they take the Ukrainian men who are on the streets and they force them to go with their army to the front. So in Donetsk, men don't go out anymore, because if they go out just for buying some bread or something, people told us that they are taken and sent to the Russian army.
Okay, I thought about Ukrainian, that he's Ukrainian citizen, like how. And sometimes I have a good connection with them, and my little brother, they cry because he can't sleep every night under the house 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and he cry and he went to the bed. And then my father didn't take telephone at all, and I just pray. I go on my knees and pray that I know one text to pray for. My grandmother said me, and I just pray that my father will be alive, because he's in Bucha. And like Bucha was most point of war. It's first 3 weeks. And then he said me that he tried to go away, and he this is green corridor was opened like for 2-3 days. I didn't remember the data. And they sit with the family in the car and go to some border to go from Kiev to Lutsk. They decide to go to Lutsk, and they stay a whole day in the crowding of cars who go to the border, and he come back in the night because the car didn't move. They stay on one moment, they come back, and I ask, what you decide to do? He say, I don't know. And in the second day or the third day, he tried to make this one time more, and he go away from Kiev with the family to the Lutsk. They come to the Lutsk, and after this moment, I will be a little bit better. No, it's not about me story. It's about my father. He is hero in this case because he was responsible for 3 children, 1 woman and 1 grandmother, 1 cat and 1 dog, and everything in 1 car. And my sister, she said that only windows was broken when they go on the car. Something burned back of the car, and the windows from the car go away, but not burnt their car. And my father just said me that he watched a lot of dead people near him when he go on the car. He look, and near him he look a lot of dead people on the road, and children looked. This of course watched, and. Then they moved to the Lutsk. After the Lutsk, they moved to some monastery because they were religious and they live in some monastery. And I continue to live in Kiev. A lot of people go away from our building. It's only 30% of people who live in that building that was burnt in the first day. And from the place where we continue to live near the Dnieper, people go away too because there is damba. You know what is damba?
No.
Water damba. That damba can destroy if it was burnt. The water can go because we are near a river and people go away.
Like floating, like what the water comes up.
Yes. And I cannot explain this house. It's very little house, very little. It's and I live in one room with my mother and my stepfather in one room. And in the night, we hear every night bombed. And once we go with mother to smoke at 12 or 11 p.m. I don't remember. Don't remember. And just it was under the head that you smoke and something bomb flight not under. Как сказать? Как?
Over you.
Head, very close to head, like it's very parallel to earth, and then you hear the sound and we cannot imagine like it can drop near you a little bit way drop, and like I stay my mother like it's go and we hug each other. It's very deep moment for me because the war very changed. Like I hug my mother, I never hug her a lot before the war, and when the bomb we hug and it's burnt in some distance, and like we come back, and this night I slept with my parents like a little child because my bed is near the windows, and I hug my mother like I'm 11, 10 years, 7, I don't know. And when you sit in this little building, I can imagine that it's never stop. Every day is the same. Like we look news, we cook, we eat, we little bit walk to the Dnieper, we come back, and we listen to this noise of the night, and every day is the same. And I started to make acting lessons to take, like to study free acting lessons for people, and I started to make lessons of ballet online, to do some activity, just 2 lessons in a week or 3 lessons. And if every person in the building has his psychological mood. It's not simple like someone go depressive, someone try to take a little bit not positive, like we are alive, it's good, we are in safe place. And I'm artist, I'm dancer, and a lot of people starts to write me that Vika, we can help you. Madeline wrote me, other people from Europe, you should move to Europe, like you are 32 and you can do something now in Europe, not sit. And that moment that I sit near my parents, I couldn't imagine that I move, because I even didn't go away from the house to the Kiev. And when we go to the supermarket on the car, I'm super afraid. It was a lot of blog posts. I'm not afraid, like, because of me, I'm afraid of situations that something can happen with my parents on my eyes, that I can see something happen, and like, because no, of course I'm afraid too, but and I didn't understand what I should do in Kiev. I tried to make registration for volunteering work in Kiev. They didn't answer me. I continue sit in this building, sit, and then one friend from France wrote me that he can took me from the border Poland to the Europe, to the France. And I say, because my mother asked me to stay with her, she really say, Vika, it's very strong, difficult moment for us. Can you stay near me? And I stay 1 week, second, third, fourth week. And then other man who is artist, my friend, he wrote me like, I can help you to go to this border. And I understood that I have possibility to go on one car to the Poland border and on other car to Europe. And in 1 week, my opinion changes. Every night I didn't understand, should I or shouldn't, should I or shouldn't. And I wrote that, yes, I go, no, I go, no, I don't want. And it's very difficult. It's really changes. And my grandmother say, go. And then she say, I need you in Kiev. And like I sit, and one woman called me in the night to say, Vika, you should go, you should stay alive. She's from theater from Berlin. You must go. And I think she little bit influenced, because she called me in the night, like 4, 6 in the morning, and she say, you must do this. And the man come in the morning. I sit in the car and we go. And we go through a lot of blog posts, and it was the day when everyone should stay at home. And we go. He make some help, support for Ukrainian people, and he took medicaments to the border. And we took some medicaments, some food, some clothes, and go with him to the border. And in one city, in Ukrainian city, I didn't remember this little bit when we leave the Kiev, I think. The blog posts in the night said us that we must not move. We should stay, because now the moment when all people sit in the houses and we cannot move on the car. And one man helped us with the password that we have. We should tell them password, because the password know people who can move. And it was the moment when
password, like you must know a password.
To go in the blog posts. To go.
Okay, and how do you know about this password?
I don't know. It's the group with whom I was. The people, someone from the group.
Okay.
He called, and I was very lucky, because in other case we come back and we can sleep in the field or in the school, and it is a night. And we go through this border, and then I come to the Poland border. I stay in the crowd of people about 9 hours. And only in this moment, I feel that I relax, not relax at all, like that I'm leave the Ukraine, and I start to cry. And it's not crying, it's something like, I stay like about 1 hour like this, and cannot stop. My psychica, everything, this whole energy for this month take off. And around was people, little children, and I thought, Vika, stop, it's so much children that you cried like child. And they wait, people on the border of Poland wait me about 9 hours, and near me was the man who was with very old mom. She's about 80 years, and she always sit on the table, and he moved table with her during this crowding. And when we go to the moment to took our passports, they say, no, you cannot go with her because you are man. And she said, but she's very ill. She's 80 and she's super ill. And the people on the Poland border said that, no, you must have a medical document that you are responsible of her. That's why you should go to the Europe with her, because you are the person who take care of her, and it should be like very legal document. And this man with 80 years mom, they come back, and when I look at him that they say you cannot go from the country, it was shocked, like, because she needs help, she's ill. And some people who cannot go and worse come back. For me it was like shit, because 9 hours on the leg in the like deep, not night, it's evening, whole day, and they cannot continue, they should come back to the war. And my friends wait for me in the car, and then we go to the Poland. I have one night in the hotel in Poland. Then we go through Europe to Germany, I think, and I have one night in Germany or Brussels, in Belgium, one night in hotel, and then directly to France. And my friendship kept me to the family, to the house that opened doors for me to stay in France for some time. And in the first week, I made documents that I can be in France for 6 months. That's the end. Then the story starts that
That you? She's still connected. Vika? That was that was a very strong ending. But she's still here online on Zoom. Vika, we lost you. Your mic is still on. Do you hear us? Oh, she's off. But she came to the end of the story. And it starts raining again. Maybe we say goodbye for now. And thank you, Vika, for sharing this story, which was very human. Be safe. Have a good day. Bye.